He opened his eyes, saw an unfamiliar ceiling, and felt an intense, almost insurmountable heaviness in his limbs. There was no pain. He'd expected pain. He remembered fire. His lab? Something gone terribly wrong. Gray. He remembered Gray had compromised an entire shelf of reagents with his negligence or with malice and had triggered a massive explosion that had consumed experiments, test subjects, Gray himself, and him. Gartone blinked. He was sure he was going to die. The right side of his face felt thick and unresponsive. Even through the numbness and the brain fog, he could tell something was wrong with it. His heart rate skyrocketing, Gartone lifted a hand off the table to touch his face to try to make sense, but it was shackled to the surface with a thick leather cuff on a heavy chain. Panic spiked inside him. There must have been some recourse if only he could understand what was... Gartone lifted his head with a grunt and looked over himself. Both of his wrists and his ankles were chained, and his body was draped in a blood-stained surgical gown. Someone had brought him here. He recognized this lab, but his mind was so foggy and confused and his ears were ringing. His thoughts kept drifting to the stiff, lumpy wrongness of his face, and he couldn't focus. A shadow fell over him as the door he couldn't see slid open and heavy booted feet entered the room. Gartone's spine seized with sheer animal panic, the panic of a cornered rat about to meet his maker. The footsteps stopped. "Hello again, Captain. Seems you had a nasty accident. Lucky for you, I happened to be in the neighborhood." This is Pot Against the Machine.
Pot Against the Machine.
Welcome back to Pot Against the Machine, the only Pathfinder actual play that pronounces a creature's name wrong literally dozens of times and then spends 2 episodes drawing attention to it. I'm your host, and here's everybody.
That's the kind of professional grade quality you get with Patum.
Hello, same.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't tarry on that. Hello.
Hey, hi.
Last week on the program, I don't remember where we started because it was like 5 whole days ago. Basically, the party had finished the Technical League facility's basement and went back up into the Palace of Fallen Stars, where they reconnected with Cassius, went back to Torch, came up with a plan for running an intervention on Kevath Kul, spent the night, recruited Eshki and Cooling Kit, came back to the Palace of Fallen Stars at the designated time, meeting everybody all in Cooling Kit's quarters where she was supposed to have had Kevath spend the night. And they barged in on him at the crack of dawn, like 5 a.m. He was passed out in the bed, and now he's suddenly been confronted by a whole bunch of people, including no fewer than 6 PCs. Brixby appears to be invisible. I'm guessing that's not really the case. That's just a foundry being paused.
It's me, your conscience.
After waking the Black Sovereign up from his stupor, the party started talking to him, tried to convince him a little bit of the error of his ways, and he mostly seemed convinced that this either was a rude affront to the King of all Numeria, or perhaps not really happening at all. And that's where we are now.
Hello. I'm Kira. We've never met, but you're not dreaming. If that's helpful.
He stares at Kira with utter confusion. Are you all in disguise right now, or do you look like your actual selves?
Yeah, assuming we're in disguise, which is why Alwyn, then after Kira, will wave and say, "Hello. We met the other day at lunch, but I looked different."
We did meet.
Really not helping me believe that this is a thing that is actually happening. I would say that it's nice to meet you, except that you have barged in on me at some ungodly hour and woke me up, and that what is the meaning of this? Why are all of you here?
We are here, great sovereign, to appeal to your senses, to appeal to your pride and your honor, so that the sun does not set on Numeria again with the Technic League in control of this great nation when it is rightfully yours to rule.
Technically controls nothing. They play with their toys in their little facility. I am the one in charge. It's treasonous to say otherwise.
Is it treasonous to want that to be true in light of reality? Because I want you to be the ruler that you believe yourself to be, but the Technic League plays with more than toys.
I think while you're talking of the Technic League having him wrapped around their fingers, Kevoth does reach down and grab the hilt of his greatsword, or did it actually get moved away from him? Or is it still on the ground next to the bed?
I think we decided against moving it because we were worried if he woke up and it wasn't next to him, he would be even more freaked out.
Yes, I believe that's where we settled on that one.
Okay, so at this point, he does grab hold of the sword. He's still sitting on the bed and still, quite bleary-eyed and only half awake, and he says, I believe that does still count as treason. I am Kevoth Kul, Black Sovereign of all Numeria, King of all that I look upon. I am your liege lord while you are in my country, and it is bold of you to assert otherwise.
Kira, I already said that. Can you maybe specify what you were doing a couple hours ago, since you're, all in chargey and stuff?
One presumes I was sleeping. I was sleeping until you all barged in here.
Were you, though?
Now, what else would I be doing?
Illicit substances?
I mean, I enjoy a drink from time to time. I don't see what that has to do with anything. That is the way of my people. I wouldn't expect a weird little bald man to understand such things.
Really? That's out of character.
I believe Kira still looks like Wallace Shawn.
She does.
Yes.
Brixby kneels and averts his gaze and says, Is the Lord familiar with the noble creature, the wolf?
Of course.
And do you know, in Irison, how they hunt a wolf, my lord?
Oh, I don't know.
They take this sharp, jagged piece of metal and they cover it in blood and they hang it. And then comes the wolf. The wolf smells the blood, licks the blood, and cuts his tongue and bleeds more. And more blood comes, and the wolf drinks deeply of the blood until the wolf has weakened themselves. And the hunter, the puny, weak hunter, who could not wrestle that wolf to ground with his bare hands, waits to sneak upon him, to club him. I fear, my lord, that someone is trying to hunt you, and it has nothing to do with your strength or your prowess, and everything to do with sorcery and trickery. I do not mean to lecture, my lord. I only ask, Do you hear an echo of truth in this tale?
I know nothing of what they do in the far north, and it means nothing to me, not until I bring my army to their door.
An int 4 big bad.
Is there a timeline on that, bringing your army to their door?
It's not for you to know. That is the business of kings.
No, you're fair. I'm not a king. I'm just a short guy. Which isn't to say that short guys can't be kings, but, I just...
A short king? That doesn't make sense.
Thank you, Sam.
It wasn't me. It was Keveth Cool. And he looks down at the floor under him and lifts up his sword so that he's got the end of it stuck into the floor and the pommel of it up in the air. He says, "You are all beginning to irritate me. What I do is no one's business but my own."
Kevoth, you know this isn't right. That there's something wrong here with this place, with you. When was the last time they gave you something to drink?
He says, I don't know. Servants bring me drinks daily. I'm certainly not going to fetch them for myself. He looks at Vargas, and he's still kind of like slumped over, but now he's using his arm to kind of prop himself up a little bit more. And he says, "You should know more than anyone. These wizards could not possibly hope to manipulate someone like me. No one could. No one would dare try. Tell them."
What I will tell them is that no one would dare try and take you in open combat. They knew they would lose. So they invited you in, and they drugged you. And they've been drugging you for a quarter of a century.
He goes quiet at that for at least a second and pushes himself up to his feet, and he's wobbly and his posture is terrible at this point, but I mean, this is a huge muscle-bound guy who, even at his worst, is cuts an intimidating figure, but he's still got the sword point in the floor, like he's using it like a cane. And he says, "Even if they were to try such treachery, it wouldn't work. I would see it coming. I cannot be drugged. I am too strong. I'm immune to such tricks. I'm beyond even death. What could they hope to do to me?"
What if we could prove it to you?
How would you do something like that?
I know it might sound counterintuitive, but, and he points to Alwyn, who doesn't look like Alwyn.
Need waves.
This noble person here, he has powerful restorative magics. It would do no harm to you at all. In fact, it would fully restore your vitality. But most importantly, if you were to allow him to rest his hand upon you, he would clear the cloudiness of your mind, and you would become aware again, like you haven't in Lord knows how long.
You would convince me that I'm ensorcelled by using witchcraft on me?
I recognize the
witchcraft.
humor in that. I did get in front of it of sorts and recognize that it may feel counterproductive. But I know of no other way to remove the veil that has been placed over your eyes and your mind than through either a long and unpleasant withdrawal period, perhaps, or by allowing him, within a moment, to cast all of that away.
This young man is a cleric or something similar. It's holy magic, Kevoth. The same magic our own priests use, not arcane. You have nothing to lose if you're telling the truth and you don't have any sort of manipulation on you. You'll be fine. And if you are being manipulated, you'll be cured.
Feels like we should do some checks.
Yes.
Seems reasonable.
I think that
Mine and the guy, because I don't have dice out.
normally convincing that's specifically under the diplomacy umbrella, but I want to expand things a little bit here because, this is like a multi-tiered conversation, and like obviously there's a lot of different people involved, so like appealing to him with reason could be like a knowledge skill, or you can pitch something and make a check for a skill that seems appropriate to try to convince Kevoth, and we're gonna have like a series of victory points essentially accumulated or not accumulated if the rolls are bad, and we'll see if Kevoth will accept this healing magic.
I will petition that Brixby's Iracine anecdote would be a knowledge local roll.
Seems reasonable.
You are a kind and gracious judge.
You could try to scare the Black Sovereign into submission.
I think Tarazi would like to use his profession soldier to appeal from a military standpoint that he could be a stronger leader if he would, accept his realities.
Okay.
But he's not very convincing with a natural 2, and he fails to meet the DC 10 required for an aid with an 8.
Oof.
He's too much of a beefcake, that Chod.
Chod isn't
I
a
think he
believable
dies.
soldier because of the... What does he have on his arms? Does it say cards?
I think that's what we said.
Well, he's not Broad. Broad had dice.
Yeah.
He's a completely different guy. Oh, what's the total? Okay.
Forgot to say, my knowledge local got a 28.
All right.
Vargas would be a diplomacy with what he said, and also because that's his highest thing he can roll. That is a natural 20 for a 38.
I did not realize that Vargas was so diplomatic.
Yeah. Is his single highest skill.
Even though he has a negative 24 charisma, it's wild. We've come so far from the thing under the blanket is me.
Excuse me, he has a 10
was,
charisma.
Was that bluff? I don't remember.
Yeah, that was a bluff.
Yeah, his bluff is still a -2. And I don't know what Alan's would be. He didn't really say much. I guess he would say... I think he would just say, yes, if you let me heal you, it'll get rid of anything negative if you really are being drugged or poisoned or whatever. And even if you're not, it'll get rid of your hangover thing. Would you call it a heal spell? Or would that have to be...
Yeah, I mean, because you've...
What are divine spells under, if you're talking about them in lore?
I would guess religion.
Knowledge religion?
It doesn't have...
Yeah.
One E doesn't have that sort of hard breakdown of this tradition's this skill that 2E has.
I guess I could, technically, if you'd let me argue for it, I could do spellcraft. Talking about it because it is a spell.
I think we can go with religion works because you were set up as a divine healer.
Okay, 18.
Okay.
Do you want me to do spellcraft and do a plus 24 instead?
And we still have Cassius's roll, which I assume he's gonna fail. It's basically hopeless.
Yeah, I mean, I'll roll it. Just maybe I'll get a nat 20. I actually did.
Woo!
So what is Cassius's nat 20?
A 60.
His bonus.
A 60.
Oh my god.
I think that's officially the first 60 on a roll on the pod.
Yes.
That wasn't somebody accidentally hitting an extra number when rolling.
Oh my god.
I think with that, we all line up to get healed by Alan.
I think as Karoth Cool is thinking about it, and you've all said your piece, Cool Inkit says, "My lord, listen to them. They only have your best interests at heart. For years I've watched the technically cut away more and more of the man that I married. You know this to be true." And he won't look at her, but he does look sort of over her shoulder at Eshki, and Eshki doesn't say anything, but sort of just gives him, like, the chin nod, the nod of people who fought alongside each other a long time ago, trying to say, like, yeah, that everybody's steering you right. And he sighs, and he holds out one hand toward Alwyn, palm up. He says, "What god do you serve, priest?"
I worship Towel at Umar,
Did you sneeze?
the keeper of the Gate of the Silver Key. No? Nothing?
No, that is definitely a new one to me. Are you sure that's real? It sounds fake.
No.
Well, perhaps if this works, you can tell me about your god, but if it doesn't,
You see his eyes go real.
I will take your head.
If it doesn't, you can meet him.
That doesn't sound like the best deal, but both Tarazi and Cassius just gave me a thumbs up, so I think it's okay.
Everyone's just like, yeah, totally, go for it.
If he's not going to stab him, Alwyn will step up and put a hand on him and cast heal. And hopefully that spell actually gets rid of this. It wasn't for nothing.
What does the heal spell say about curing diseases?
Let's see. Heal allows you to channel positive energy into a creature to wipe away injury and afflictions. It immediately ends any and all of the following adverse conditions affecting the target. Ability damage: blinded, confused, dazed, dazzled, deafened, diseased, exhausted, fatigued, feeble-minded, insanity, nauseated, poisoned, sickened, and stunned. So if it's either diseased or poisoned, it should get rid of it. But if it's not and it's some weird third thing, it would not get rid of it.
That's a pretty exhaustive list.
Yeah. I mean, it's a level 6 spell. It's a pretty powerful.
So what does it look like when Alwyn pumps the Black Sovereign full of healing light?
I imagine he just gets like a glow around his hand. I never really thought about like what his magic would look like. He's got his little wooden symbol that he wears, so that would probably glow and his hand would glow, and I imagine it would be like the same kind of like weird off yellow that like his robes are, but just kind of illuminated, and it would spread over the person he's healing. So like you'd see like Kevoth get kind of like an aura of that would then like sink into him, and then that would heal him.
So you all watch as the light moves from Alwyn into Kevoth Cool and fills his body and sinks into him. And then for like a long, quiet moment, the Black Sovereign stands there, apparently unchanged. Like his posture doesn't change. He doesn't like shift, and like maybe the sallow look on his face is gone and the bags under his eyes are gone. After just like a split second, his hand pulls away from Alwyn, and he winds up on his greatsword, and he just like lets out like a guttural like "damn it!" and spins around and chops the bed that he was just lying in just in half with the sword, and leaves the sword like embedded in the wreck of the bed.
That than Alwyn's head.
Yeah, not Alwyn's head. And like with his back to everyone, like the Black Sovereign's head hangs again. And he says, I knew all along, but I didn't want to believe.
And do you believe?
And he flexes a hand and like looks at his own fist, and he says, I believe. I cannot believe I allowed myself to be brought low like this.
I used to be a teenager, and now I'm old.
I used to be a teenager, but I'll never be old.
Congratulations. How are you feeling?
He turns around, like hands on his hips, and he's just like, you know, when like your body feels like better than it has in like decades, and your mind is just like punching you in the face hundreds of times a second, like I feel like that.
Zach, the player in his late 30s, has no idea what that feeling is like. It's a distant memory.
We all used to be teenagers and also are now old.
It's more than just the Technic League, my lord. It's not just, they're the ones that drugged you. They're the ones that tried to lay you low and get you to kill yourself. Who is the only person strong enough to kill you is you. But the Silver Mount, my lord, where this comes from, is the true danger. Those dilettantes in the Technic League have no idea what they're playing with. They're only interested in it as much as it serves them for power. They're only interested in it if it helps them drug a sovereign. Me, my friends, We didn't come here to free you from this grip. We came here to free Numeria from a deeper grip. A threat that comes from beyond the stars. With this liquid that has brought untold suffering not only to you, but the people of your nation, is but a byproduct of its existence. And if that's what comes off of it, the evil that's inside is it's immeasurably worse.
They went in to the mountain just like we always knew they would. They woke something up down there. It claims to be a god, and it very well might be. It's strong enough. And it's trying to get out now. We need you. We need the armies of Numeria to stop this thing.
And he swallows hard and says, "That's quite a tale you've told. Oh, I suppose you've given me no reason to doubt you yet." He looks at Vargas and specifically and says, I do owe you an apology, old friend. I owe you a great many apologies.
He'll nod and say, I'm thankful, but I'm not the one you need to be apologizing to. The rest of our people, the others who, like myself, realized you had been tricked, are the true ones who need the apologies, and unfortunately, there are very few of them left. The League did a very good job of using you to wipe out anyone who may have helped you. And unfortunately, you're going to have to live with that, but thankfully, and he smiles a little bit, it seems like you have a very long time to do that living.
I have a great many years ahead of me to atone for my many sins. When I woke up and I saw you, saw all of you, I half hoped it was an ambush. I suppose this is better. We can take this country back. We can ferret out the Technic League and all of their influences. We can... Honestly, I can't even wrap my head around the idea of a god in the Silver Mount. If you need an army, we can muster an army, but I don't know who we can trust yet. It's going to take time.
Yes, cool. Inket mentioned that the head of the guard may not be trustworthy any longer.
I believe Techmacool has worked out a deal with the Technic League, and he meant to replace you, my liege, on the throne, should you ever fall. I suppose he wasn't counting on the immortality the fluids conferred upon you.
That makes sense. And I have to imagine that the forces may be needed here, given the serpent you have in your backyard. Sorry, no offense. Sorry, bad serpent you have in your backyard. But yeah, we don't expect that form of material support. From what I understand, if it's anything like anything else that we have boarded that has come from beyond the stars, it'll be 95% 5-foot hallways that extend 5 to 10 feet. Which would literally ruin an army of men of substantial size. So.
That sounds horrible for cavalry, I can't imagine.
I mean, as much as
go ahead. Nope. Zach moved his mic out of the way, so I guess
I'm throwing the mic away.
No, he'll just say, yes, when I said we needed your troops, I more meant if we go under and fail, and this creature sends out what it has under there. Well, our people have spent millennia fighting these machines. They're the ones who would be the most able to be the first line of defense if this creature does break free.
As we've gotten very good at breaking those toys from beyond the stars. We could form some sort of elite pod of warriors who are against the machines, specifically.
Oh, you said the title. It's book 5 and it appears above us.
Only took 246 episodes.
Well, that sounds very capable.
Oh.
But certainly not very trustworthy, according to certain members of this party.
I think before any of that, we have to get the League out of here. Their very existence undermines everything. Undermines my entire rule. I have to destroy them.
We're happy to help.
Luckily,
That was it.
luckily, the League made a horrific miscalculation in everything they've done by propping you up as a puppet. All of the people in this city and around it, they don't follow the League. They follow you still, even after all this time. They've done a good job of hiding what they did to you. I think if you attempt to rally your troops, rally the citizens of Starfall, they'll fall into line under you. The actual number of enemies that we would have to drive out is much smaller than it may seem. Simply the captains themselves and whatever subordinates they may have. All of the rank and file troops are loyal to you.
Well, then, you always were a wise counselor. I shall marshal my forces. I shall eject those worms from this palace. We'll get to that Gartone first, and then we'll go from there, and we can take back the city, drive the League out. As he's sort of trying to think through things, and he stops and takes a breath. He goes, I think I may need a moment. If you could go in my stead and pay a visit to Gartone. Obviously, you have run of the palace now. You can go anywhere you want, and no one will be able to complain without answering to me. But go to that Gartone, who has taken up residence here, and show him the old-fashioned Numerian hospitality.
We have some things to settle with Gartone anyway, over what he has been doing in the town of Torch.
I believe I'm familiar with the place. It's another one of those strange things. There's the purple flame, I want to say. I've seen it only from a distance.
Yeah, back
That's
on.
the town.
Good job, all of you. You seem very capable indeed.
A very capable 4x4. Actually, that would be 16, wouldn't
The
it?
big,
We don't have enough PCs.
everyone gets 4.
You heard it here first,
Oh,
folks.
so-
We're gonna get 4 per
I hope
person.
Sam is ready for all 8 of us to fight Gartone.
I think Kevoth turns to Cassius specifically and says, "You seem to have the gift of gab. Young man, I wonder if I could trouble you to assist me in rather important communications I have to draft.
I'll be honored.
Excellent. I thank all of you. But also, never wake me this early again.
You, Vargas, stand here and hold my sword.
Vargas, if you don't mind, I could use some of that wise counsel.
Yes, I can stay with you and help bring you up to date on... We should be able to, if we can get into wherever you would have your logistics, where maybe Tech McCool's office or something, the two of us, maybe Kulinket, Eshki, we can look over that, come up with a plan while the rest of them deal with Gartone.
Sounds satisfactory to me. What say all of you?
Do you know how to do hands in on 3?
We used to do hands in on 4, but I could speed it up a little bit.
Yeah. That's what the young folks do.
Nobody has the patience to do a good 4 count anymore.
Sounds good. Nobody has the patience to do a good 4 count anymore on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Nobody
has the patience to do a good
Anymore.
That was exactly as satisfying as I wanted it to be. Thank you.
Now, Jeff and I need to say it again in our other character voices, and it can be edited.
And then roll them in.
We're going to have 8 tracks there. For Rusty said it too.
Man, Rusty's not even... Where is Rusty?
Oh.
Oh, he's out here. Okay.
All right. We've officially winnowed the number of PCs down to 4.
Totally natural. Let's go kick some Gartone butt.
Yeah.
Just get to the right part of the maps.
Leave that Vargas sheet up just in case. Also, if we have run to the palace now, can we all take our disguises off?
Theoretically, you can.
Until the Black Sovereign is like, witchcraft! Kills us all, cuts us in half like we're a bed.
Like we're bad. Aw.
Eshki's probably mad.
Could you imagine if we said that we stole the Black Sovereign's bed?
Kira was all ready to climb in there, and then he chopped it in half.
Peak bed of Numeria.
Well, now she can take half of it. He probably won't be mad.
All right, it's going in the bag of holding.
No, is his room that one that he was in front of on the second floor when he was talking to the Grundy lady?
Where is this MF? And that MF stands for Magical Friend.
Over in that top right corner.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
because
that's
this
right.
is
Yes,
where
I
we
forgot
put
about
all
that.
of these.
Yeah, this is where we hid the gun, was in here, wasn't it?
Yeah, after we used it.
Yeah, you can just kind of shimmy past those, the room full of hill giants all just hanging out.
We recruit them.
I think that might be a tough sell.
Aside from casting shield on myself, I would like to grab the whole gang and cast 2 quick spells, those being Telepathic Bond and Ashen Path.
Nice.
Let's see.
My shield, my mage armor's already. Make sure I don't have any leftover. Oh, like that sneaky blessing of fervor from the last battle.
Still been
I'm
running
going to
literally
hit
all
all
day.
4 of us with freedom of movement, too.
Thank you.
Nice, really good
I'll go ahead and
font.
cast shield also. That seems like a good idea.
And would either Tarazi or Kira... I don't think I would do both because it's rounds per level. Though I guess if we do it and then immediately throw the door open, I could do both. And one of them would just have 1 less round than the other. But I can do Particulate Form, which is a pretty good one. You can't be crit, and you can end it early to get a bunch of health back. You also have fast healing, you're immune to bleed damage, critical hit, and sneak attacks.
Well, I already have fast healing if you want Tarazi or Jeff. It's raining.
Okay, I'll hit Tarazi with it right before we open the door then.
Yeah, I'll cast invisibility fancy when we open the door.
So Tarazi can tick on particulate form.
I need someone else to look through all my spells and tell me what I should be casting before each fight.
Take us and send it to the plotting group.
Oh, that's exactly what I was going to do. Just, maybe after this game. But yeah, good now. What the heck?
We can let you know. We're only chanting spells outside of a spellcaster's door for like 3 minutes. I can't imagine anything about it.
Well, a bunch of hill giants just stare at you. Just like, what are these people doing? This is so weird.
Wow. There's so many spells.
I know.
Okay.
Every time
Holy
I take a
crap.
new level, I take a spell and then forget to talk about it. And
Okay.
I'm like, I have 10 spells. I don't know what I'm doing with. I'm officially casting. I already cast Shield. I'm also going to cast, when we open the door, I'll cast Mirror Image.
Nice.
Sorry, Sam.
Lead blades and strong jaw on Rusty.
This is entirely too much
And
buffing.
Edwin will cast Long Arm on himself too.
Gartone is
Well-
buffing himself so much right now, you don't even know.
Just sitting in his office.
Gartone is like sitting there having coffee or
I
something.
know. It's on meta filter. Being like, huh?
What else? It's a buff. I could turn into a dragon, but
No,
this
let's
is not a good
let's
holiday for
okay.
that.
No, let's kick this store down before we start turning into dragons.
He's
Oh, you
one
know what? He's
more
gonna
room
cast
in.
blood tentacles.
So he's not in this
do
behind this
that
door.
before
He's
he-
behind a double door behind this door.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
requires
and
14 separate disable device checks to open.
okay, so that'll take one round of that because that's also round a level, and then he'll cast that before he casts the thing on Tarazi, so that Tarazi will have 15 rounds and I'll have 14 rounds.
All right. You feel ready?
Kira, get up there.
Yeah.
Don't
Let me. Excuse me.
behind the-
Excuse
the
me.
dog.
Thank you.
Throw open the door, leading into a mostly empty room with a small table and several chairs up in the northwest corner under a dome, and 4 Gearsman battle guards standing guard over, just like the general space. There's a couple doors on the northwestern side at weird angles because of the weird shape of this room, and then there's a set of double doors directly ahead. However, that is kind of flanked by those Gearsman battle guards who immediately and in disturbing unison say, "Halt! You are not authorized to enter this technically controlled space."
We are authorized. We are authorized by Kevoth Cool.
The Gearsmen all look at each other. You give me like a diplomacy to see if they believe you. Or
Can I aid?
Can I aid Alwyn?
I guess I can make the main roll. The Sovereign actually said we can go wherever we want. That is a 29. And I got an aid from Kira, so that is a 31.
No aid from Tarazi with a.
Okay. And was Brix's thing an aid, that his roll? Or was that like an initiative roll?
That was an initiative roll because I am a pessimist. Hey, let's see what I do to help you out with my -1 diplomacy.
and
And I'm assuming this ticks
Hey,
stuff that we all buffed with.
actually
Yep.
it takes
there you go.
14 rounds, this conversation.
well,
This
I
does not take more than 6
invisibly
seconds.
roll. Yeah, an 18.
So that
Conscience.
is a 35 altogether then. Oh wait, no, Karazi didn't help. 33.
The robots sort of all look at each other, and then they all look at you, and they say, "Very well, proceed."
Okay.
Yay.
Run through there as fast as we physically can. We can feel our spells ending.
Kira, down
So
here.
many doors.
We are sent by the Black Sovereign to apprehend the criminal Gartone. Which room are they in? Point quickly.
Then they gesture to the set of double doors.
Excellent. Now go in ahead of us.
Kevoth Cool said you had to.
we all have our finger on our nose, and they're like, oh man. We're not even programmed with noses.
Yeah, they don't have noses. They always lose nose goes. It's very sad.
Alwyn slaps the double door open with his tentacles.
Oh no!
What is
Opening up
that?
the
Oh,
double
no.
doors reveals
Why does it have eyeballs?
a large laboratory / personal quarters. Basically takes up its own entire room, well outfitted with alchemical and magical tools on tables and arranged on racks and stuff along the sides of the room. Gartone sits at a desk on the back side of the room working at something, though he abruptly stops when the door opens. There are 2 rickety constructs seemingly built from glass tubing, metal, and wood, with a brain and 2 eyes afloat in a glass skull on their tops, flanking him, and all of those eyes immediately turn to the people who just opened the door, and Gartone says, "What is the meaning of this?"
Kevoth Cool is not drugged anymore, and he said you're under arrest.
No, I don't think so.
Well, if you won't hear that, then on behalf of the people of Torch, we are dragging your sorry ass to judgment.
We can bleep it if we have to.
All right.
Sounds way less bad.
Really bad, eh?
Yeah, he turned to the rest of the party and said that in character.
Can I swear? Did Kevoth Cool say I could swear while we did this?
Was he Kevoth Cool with it?
Oh, episode
wow.
title.
Oh,
This
sky metal.
far until we got. I can't believe that was like low hanging pun fruit.
We've been wasting it all on Techmacool.
Gartone says, "Kill them. Gearsman, kill them. Golems, kill them. Just kill them." And I think it's time to roll for initiative.
Okay. Did we tell him that we already got past the guards?
You didn't tell him that.
Yeah, we'll let him know. The guards, we're fine with them. We don't need to fight them.
This is going to be like a half hour of rolling initiative. That is the whole rest of the episode. I hope no one wanted to actually get into the fight.
We could save time if I could keep my pessimistic roll that I made earlier, but no. Out of fairness, I will take my slightly nerfed roll, which is 4 less.
Alwyn, what'd you get?
Elwyn got a 15 on the die for a 23.
All right. How about Kira?
Kira got a 13 for a 24.
How about Tarazi?
Oh, 6 on the die for 11.
And Brixby?
At a 4 downgrade from the first initiative that I rolled when I thought that we were going to have to fight those. It's a 20. A dirty 20.
All right. We will begin combat. We're jumping right in with the strong Gartone. And he is going to just grab a vial off of his desk and drink it. And now there are 6 Gartones. He also stands up. That'll bring us to the intellectual Gearsman Battle Guard, who is standing right next to Alwyn. And even though you are allowed to pass per the Black Sovereign, that doesn't mean that they can ignore the orders of a technically captain. So I'm afraid Alwyn is about to get slapped in the face, my friend. How about a 23 to hit flat-footed?
Oh, if it wasn't the flat-footed, I'm like, oh, wow, 23 actually misses, but it does not miss my flat-footed. So that is a hit.
All right, that will be 13 non-lethal damage and 7 electricity damage. Natural 20 on the second stun baton thwap.
Oh, no.
Man, you're getting so much non-lethal right now. 33 non-lethal damage. And 7 more electricity.
Okay. Well, at least that's the one that deals like real damage.
A woke Gearsman Battle Guard is going to take a 5-foot step up to Kira, and it's going to do the same thing the other one did to Alwyn, but to Kira.
Okay. I haven't rolled to see how many Kiras there are. Should I do that?
You should roll to see how many Kiras there are.
And I roll a... Oh, shoot.
It's a
Dang it.
D4 plus some division of your caster level.
I feel like it's a...
7 Kiras?
1d4 plus 1 image per 3 caster levels. Level 15, so 5, 4, 9. Is that right?
1d4 plus 5?
Plus 1 image per 3 caster levels. So we're level
Yes.
15.
5 plus whatever you roll on a 1d4.
D4 plus 5. A 3. That's 8 Kiras total.
All right, max Kiras.
Oh, almost max Kiras. I think 9 Kiras would be max Kiras.
I think the max for the spell is 8, though.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
max
Max
Kiras.
Kiras.
Yeah, I think it caps.
So that's that roll, and this thing is attacking me, so go ahead, Sam.
Okay, so natural 17 to slap Kira. We're looking at a 38 versus flat-footed.
I mean,
Is it more than that?
oh no.
It doesn't matter. It's
38 is, yeah, plenty.
all right. We're gonna roll a D9 in the guy. 9 is Kira. That is a 2. So we pop an image. Stun baton slapping Kira once again. That is 27 to hit. 1d8. 8 is Kira. That's a 1, so we pop another image. And then on the slam, how about a 29 to hit?
29 will hit.
1d7. 7 is Kira. 6. Popped 3 images.
There you go.
And that brings up Kira's turn.
Well, she wanted to go after these big green things, but this guy is in her face right now, and turning away is going to be a whole thing. So I guess we'll start with this guy. I'm going to rage, and then I'm going to try and hit it like 4 times. Plus, we don't have Blessing of Fervor yet, so it's just a 26. Oh, yikes. Oh, that's a 30. Does a 30 work, Sam?
30 hits.
Oh, okay, great. Well, I'm going to keep hitting it. Second one is a... Ooh, not good. 24 hits.
24 does not.
Okay. How... Oh, terrible. Does a 25 hit?
25 hits exactly.
Nice. And then the last one will be a... Ooh, 14. So, 2 hits. Roll. 6d6 plus 52. That's going to be 69 points of damage, Sam.
All right. That's a lot of damage on the robot.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it's my turn.
All right. Alwyn, you got slapped a bunch of times, but at least you're not dying.
All right, well, Alwyn is going to take a 5-foot step to his left, and he's just going to swing at this battle guard now when he's not 5 feet away from it. And it looks like he has 8 hits, so he's going to lose 8 of his tentacles and probably not do very much damage because I got to get past their DR. So first one is a 6, so that probably doesn't do anything. One is a 5. 12, that one probably did damage. 8, 7, 4. Oh, was that 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, no, one more.
That looks like 8 to me.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That 12 wasn't number 8? Am I counting wrong?
I see 6, 5, 12. That's 3.
12.
8, 5, 8,
Yeah.
6, 7,
5,
4.
8. Okay, yeah, so ignore the 12. So I think one of those did damage.
Just a little bit of damage.
Yeah.
All right, Invisible Brixby.
And that'll be his turn. Oh, how much did that actually do? Because I get
2 damage.
what is DR10?
It's hardness 10.
Or hardness, not DR.
Brixby is going to first roll a knowledge check on those things that Gartone has in the room.
All right, I believe that is Engineero.
Engineero, and love it. It's a 27 with a nat 1.
You're looking at some custom-built Numerian alchemical golems.
Oh, I hate that.
Walking alchemical nightmares capable of inflicting all manner of painful wounds on foes. Their ability to follow orders is granted by the otherwise mindless humanoid brain that floats in its dome-like head, while its animating force is a curious combination of alchemy, elemental spirits, and technology bound in the fluids and metals of its body.
A 27.
We'll do one question.
All right. Defenses.
Well, it has damage resistance, it has construct immunities, and being a golem, it is immune to magic.
Well, I don't have another question, but doesn't its resistance to magic means it's only resistant to things that have spell resistance?
Yeah.
Just with a motion that cannot be seen and a sound that you hear, Brixby is going to burst a caustic eruption in the center of this room. So it's a 30-foot burst. I am excluding my friends using my intelligence modifier. And that means that I need there is no SR roll. I need reflex saves from everybody in that room.
All right. Well, we will start with the stinky alchemical golem. 22.
That does not hit the DC 25.
Peaceful
Yay.
alchemical golem.
Nice.
And Gartone himself, the big man. 27.
Oh, he does succeed. So he's only going to take halvesies there. But that is 15d6 of acid damage to both golems, and then half of that to Gartone. But can Gartone see me?
You don't have any reason to believe he can see you at this point.
Here's a better way to put this. Here is the sneak attack damage that you can apply to the creatures that can or cannot see me. That's 62 points of acid splash, and I will be dealing acid damage for the next 2 rounds on the golems. I'm making a note to remind myself of that. And yeah, 21 points of damage, half if you, again, saved.
All right, that's a lot of golem damage. Okay, and that brings us to the adaptable Gearsman Battle Guard, who can't see Brixby, so it's gonna step up behind. It's gonna step up behind a dog and slap the dog.
Rude.
I mean, people be slapping dogs.
People should not be slapping dogs.
Not good people.
And we are looking at a 39 to slap dog.
Yeah, it's a dog slap.
It's a pretty good roll to do the old dog slap. 15 non-lethal slap dog and 7 electrical.
Oof.
The second stun baton hit will miss. And it's going to try to headbutt you for the slam. That is only a 29.
No.
All right. Well, that'll bring us over to our good friend, the stinky alchemical golem. And the stinky alchemical golem is going to... I think it's just going to kind of position itself so it can better see the door. And then it's going to shoot a bomb.
Don't like that.
It's gonna shoot a bomb. Let's see. It can't see Brixby, so it can see 1, 2, 3 targets, really. And it doesn't want to splash its buddy, so I think it's gonna shoot it to Razi. Let's determine damage type, first of all. That is fire damage. That is a 29 to hit touch.
Wild. It does hit. Oh.
29 fire damage for Tarazi, and I need reflex saves from Alwyn, Brixby, Rusty, and Kira.
You said 29?
Yeah, 29.
All right.
Starting when in the northern corner here, what did Alwyn get?
Alwyn got an 18 on the die for a 31.
That's pretty good. How about Brixby?
I'm going to drop down significantly to a 2 for a 17.
That sounds like a fail. How about old Rusty?
A 22?
That's pretty good. And Kira?
Yeah, we're going to drop down a little further with a 1 for a 14.
So Brixby and Kira will take 10 splash fire damage. Alwyn and Rusty just take a little bit, 5. Tiny baby fire damage.
Don't fire damage the tiny babies.
The fire damage itself is the baby. Is the thing.
It's a shame that Jero already got the episode title, because that's a close fire for me.
That can always be the episode description.
That's true.
Fair.
Then I think the
Oh, hey, I found that thread.
chaotic Gearsman Battle Guard is going to do a 5-foot step up to Rusty, and it just thinks it's so fun to slap dogs. They're starting a trend, robot slap dogs. A 37 to hit.
Yep.
All right, that will be 17 non-lethal. 2 electricity.
Nice.
Then the peaceful alchemical golem is going to just peacefully sidle on up next to its buddy here. It's going to do the same thing its buddy did. It seemed to work really well. And just where Tarazi's standing, he can splash so many people. So damage type this time is going to be electricity. That is 31 versus touch.
Mm-hmm.
All right, same group needs reflex saves.
As in
Against
those of us who just rolled.
41 electricity
Oh.
damage.
41?
Yeah, 41. Very good roll.
Neat.
On the D6s. Let's go the other direction. What did Kira get on that reflex
Oh,
save?
Kira wasn't ready for it. Kira got a slightly better with a 20. Flat. Unnatural.
DC 20.
Oh, I'll take it.
Nice.
How about Rusty?
A 27 dresses worth of reflex.
Very reflexive pupper. Brixby.
Brixby is also a reflexive pupper for 33.
And how about Alwyn?
What am I rolling?
A reflex save.
Let's take what I got on the first one. So that is a 15.
All right, so
With a 4 on the die. Wait, why is a 4 on the die of 15?
I would think a 4 on the die would be a 17.
A 17.
Well, that is a fail, so
I know how math works.
that's 10 electricity damage, and I think everybody else passed for 5 electricity damage.
Don't like it.
Which brings us to Rusty and the privileged Tarazi.
He's a target, and he doesn't want to keep getting everybody splashed, so he is going to, let's see, this is the Stinky Alchemical Golem. He is going to charge it and swing the Null Blade.
It can slap you on the way in.
It's a good try.
It's got that reach.
Huzzah.
Oh yeah, that one could slap you. That's
Teacher.
a little bit better. 37.
Yep.
Okay,
Got me.
things are about to get complicated. We're gonna roll the damage.
It's probably just like 2.
Probably just like 2. 19 slam damage. Then we're gonna just roll a real quick a 1d3. That is a 1, so just deals an additional 4 cold damage.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Well, hey, this thing looks like it could be considered a construct.
It can be considered a construct.
How fun for me at last. A favorite enemy. Love rolling a 3. That becomes a 25 to hit.
25 hits.
34 points of Null Blade damage.
Does that count as adamantine?
Oh yeah, adamantine, no problem.
Alright.
That's kind of the plan. Rusty does not love being surrounded by gearsmen, so he is going to bite at the adaptable gearsman, as though he's thinking, bark bark, adapt to this, and then will chomp at him twice.
Makes sense.
Oh, I feel good about that, because I know its AC is 25. That is a 35.
Sounds good.
Ugh, again with 3. Not going to hit on the second one. But as you recall, I cast Strong Jaw, so his jaw is V strong right now. 4d6, I got a total of 9, plus 13 for a 22.
Alright, some of that'll go through.
And of course, the trip attempt. Don't deny me that. It's a 35 to trip this guy.
That is a tripped robot.
Yeah.
And as Rusty drags a gearsman off of its feet, we circle around to the top of round 2. I'm going to bed.
Night, Sam.
Night, Sam.
Good night, Sam.
Good night, Sam.
It's a callback to the beginning of the episode.
Mod against the machine. Against the machine.
Pot Against the Machine is property of Network Against the Machine LLC, all rights reserved. Pathfinder and the Iron Gods Adventure Path are property of Paizo Publishing. See their website for more details. Theme Against the Machine was written and performed by our own Zach. See the show notes for additional music and sound licensing. If you enjoyed the show, we encourage you to leave us a review.